Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test. Pulling up a pew at the bar is Jessica Rowe, filling in for Amanda while she's away on assignment. And I didn't think this would come up in July, but here it is, Australia Day long weekend. Does it pass the pub test? An opinion piece in the Sydney Morning Herald yesterday. Why don't we do something uniquely Australian and celebrate all that is good about Australians and our nation over a long weekend in January? This happened in 1990, when I first started in radio. The big thing was, we're going to move it away. We're going to have it on the actual day. And then people were saying, but what happens if it's Tuesday or Wednesday or Thursday? It's going to ruin the long weekend. So that was back in 1990. 1994, it came an official thing. What do you think? Moving it into a long weekend, does it pass the pub test?
Well, with the Australia Day thing, everyone wants to change the date. I think, bugger the date, why don't we just, like Mother's Day, that day is always just the second Sunday of May, and then you've got Father's Day, which is the second Sunday in September. So why don't we just make Australia Day the last Monday of January or the third Friday of January? Therefore, the date always changes, but the day never actually does, and everyone gets a long weekend.
Look, there's arguments for and against, obviously. But if we keep changing everything for the woke or for everybody who's offended, nothing's ever going to make anyone happy. Someone's going to be peeved about everything.
Australia Day should remain the day that we celebrated. It should remain the 26th. Now, for those who want to mark it differently, that is definitely their prerogative and their right, because that is the freedom that you have. And if it were put to a vote, I would be voting to maintain Australia Day on the 26th of January.
Pretty passionate about this. I think January 26th should be a public holiday, but it should be a Remembrance Day. And probably we should go to January 1st as Australia Day. It's the day we become a federation. So I think that's what it is. So, yeah, I'm passionate about it. We need a public holiday, but it shouldn't be a day of celebration. It should be a day of remembering.
Rightio. We need a public holiday, a long weekend.
Of course we do, but let's change the date.
Thank you, Jess.